Here is Coach Liley, fresh off Sumner victory over Olympia. And Coach, this is a game that, well, what a successful week that you guys had. The win against Bonnie Lake, and then pulling one out against Spanaway Lake, and then this one tonight. How proud are you of this team after this performance?
Well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and we're starting to heat up here. And this group has kind of gone through a lot. You know, we had an interesting summer and beginning of the season, but our trip to San Diego was really big for us. And this team kind of gelled, and they played their best basketball on their trip. And now we've come back. You know, we've had a little roller coaster, but I'll tell you what, that Spanaway Lake team is way better than anyone knows, right? I don't think it's going to be a secret for too much longer. They're going to knock someone off. They're good. And they played us tough the other night, and that helped prepare us for tonight. And I have so much respect for John Kiley. He's one of the best coaches in the state of Washington and has been for a long time. And his teams are always tough, and they play smart, and he just does a fantastic job with them, getting them to execute. And to beat them now, it says a lot about where we are.
So now this is a case where who knows what might be next for you guys. Yelm coming up next week on Tuesday.
And Rogers comes in here after that. Mm-hmm. So it's still a big week. And they know it. Our guys know it. And they feel that they're starting to get some momentum. And I'm sure Goose sounded like it when he was standing here.
And speaking of Goose, what more can you say about his performance playing with foul trouble too?
You know, Goose is a guard that just grew big, right? And we've talked him into playing the role that he has, and he's taken it on. He's just such a fantastic kid. We're really proud of him. And he's a junior, and he's taken on the responsibility of his role, and he's just doing a great job of it this year.
He's been fantastic in that role. And Jalen Hippa again this time. Boy, his range seems to be unlimited, and he has been special. Game high 25 points. What more can you say about his show tonight?
Well, I think the guy, I probably shouldn't get into who's the best in the conference, but I'd put my guy up against anybody. He does a lot for this team, and you know, everybody goes through their stuff as far as trying to figure out how your best player is going to play within what you do. And he's just taken to what we're doing right now, and it's paying off for him big time, and I'm loving it. I mean, like, I should buy a ticket like everyone else. Right? So no, it's great. I'm really proud of him.
And then, well, looking for you personally as a head coach, you've coached a lot of basketball, not only here in Washington but also out of state. A lot of regular season games. Where does this one stack up compared to all the many from Kings all the way up to Newton?
I won't put it in the rankings, but I will say this. You always get to a point in the season where you get that one midseason game that means way more than the rest of them. And it's like that one big game so that your team can have the type of confidence where they can say, hey, we have a chance to make a real big run. And Olympia was that for us. And while it may not be, you know, everything, but it gives us the confidence to know that we can play with the best team in the league. And I told the kids today, if Olympia and Puyallup played, it'd be really close. If they played 3 games, it would go to 3. And those are the 2 best teams in this league. And now, beating Olympia, we can kind of put ourselves up there and make a run at trying to, you know, do what we did last year. See if we can make a run and see if we can have a chance to win the league again. And I want our kids to believe that they have a chance at that.
And they certainly have every reason to do so. This was a game that had a lot of foul trouble early, so to be able to withhold that barrage, you could say, of a lot of foul calls and how the game was being called, what did it take to stay disciplined down the stretch?
Well, we kind of anticipated it. You know, Olympia is the most physical team in our league. And, you know, we have to foul just to stay in the game with them, right? And because they're going to foul us. And John plays so many guys. We knew it was going to be physical, so that's how we played it out.
And that's the way it panned out. And then that final stretch when reality started when you guys pulled to that 10-point lead, what did it take in order to put the hammer down at the end?
It took us playing some pretty good defense which we pride ourselves on. And then, obviously, we got Jalen knocking down some big shots and the kids hitting some free throws. And, I mean, that's what it takes to win close games. We had a lot of them last year, and we played a lot of them this year. I mean, we played multiple one-point games. And, you know, it's good for us to be able to say that we know how to close out a game.
And that it can only pave the way, perhaps down the road, for the Sumner program. Yeah. Head coach Bill Liley, after a 61-53 win over Olympia.
We'll see if we can go celebrate with these guys a little bit.
Coach Liley, go celebrate with your teammates. Thank you again.